The Trumps don't confront the possibility of jail, since it is a common case. Be that as it may, they could get hit with a large number of dollars in fines and be compelled to exchange their notable Trump association. New York, they were high-profile figures when their dad was president and have been all the more relaxed since he went out as of recently. 3 of Donald Trump's grown-up kids are back in center, as they plan to take the testimony box at the Trump land extortion preliminary. During the following 8 days, Trump and 3 of his kids are scheduled to affirm in the New York common case, guarding themselves against claims that they swelled the worth of their properties to acquire ideal advances and protection inclusion. The Trumps don't confront the possibility of jail, since it is a common case, not a lawbreaker test. Yet, they could get hit with a great many dollars in fines and be compelled to exchange their famous Trump association. The declaration this week is a warm-up demonstration of sort. On Monday, Trump himself is booked to stand up. Donald J.R.B., Eric, and Ivanka, what were their parts in the business? New York head legal officer Letitia James, who sued Trump and his relatives last year, summoned Donald Trump, J.R.B., Eric Trump, and Ivanka Trump to affirm about their strategic policies. As significant level representatives of the Trump Association, each of the 3 Trump kids have data that could reveal insight into the valuation of properties at the core of the case, said Point McQuaid, a previous government examiner and regulation teacher at the College of Michigan. McQuaid said the youngsters are being called to affirm not since, supposing that their relationship to best, but since of their jobs in the business. The Trump family plan, Donald Trump Jr., is booked to be called to the testimony box on Wednesday, trailed by Eric Trump. The senior Trump, the previous president, is booked to confront a court barbecuing on Monday. Ivanka Trump, who neglected to have her summons suppressed, is presently set to affirm on November 8th. That very day, her dad is facilitating a political convention in Hialeah, FLA, restricting the third conservative official discussion in Miami. A harms preliminary. New York Justice for the highest court Arthur Engoron has proactively decided for the vast majority of the cases against Trump, saying in late September that Trump committed extortion when he submitted expanded fiscal summaries to banks and insurance agency. While a couple of the cases are not settled, a large portion of the ongoing preliminary is given to surveying monetary harms. James is looking for $250 million from the Trump family. The head legal officer's office likewise needs to forbid the Trumps from truly working again in New York State. Donald Trump, Jr. Furthermore, Michael Cohen. In a Monday interview with Newsmax, Donald Trump, Jr. depicted the case as one more farce against his dad, who is additionally looking up to 4 criminal preliminaries in the mission year 2024. Trump, Jr. zeroed in his most recent analysis on his dad's previous attorney, Michael Cohen, portraying him as the state's star observer, in spite of having recently been discovered lying. It shows you what happens when you're in a fake court, he said. They have a story, they have an ultimate objective, and they'll take the necessary steps to arrive. Trump Jr. will probably be interrogated regarding his work on property advancement and business renting. For instance, state lawyers could get some information about a $292 million valuation of unsold private units in Trump Park Road in 2011 and 2012 budget summaries. Worst thing about his reality and grand thoughts of land values. That valuation was multiple times higher than an evaluated esteem from 2010. It likewise didn't consider that lease balanced out units couldn't be showcased available to be purchased as individual units since current occupants couldn't be driven out, as indicated by the head legal officer's grieving. The head legal officer has highlighted past declaration from Trump Jr. that the lease balanced out occupants were the curse of his reality for a long while. That shows the Trump Association was very much aware of the limitations per the protest. Eric Trump's elevated thoughts on esteem. Eric Trump's is scheduled to stand up Thursday, however could affirm sooner in the event that his siblings' declaration endures under a day. Eric will probably be examined concerning his association in the Trump Association's greens and property valuation declaration, and reports previously introduced at the preliminary have recommended he was effectively engaged with evaluations, despite the fact that he has said he doesn't recall them, as indicated by the related press. In particular, Trump's organizations needed examinations of what the Trump Public Golf Club and a domain would be worth in the event that they were created, as they investigated, guaranteeing a tax reduction for cash they would be surrendering by confining improvement on the properties. Eric Trump and the Trump Association realized that the improvement projections were not doable and that they didn't have the endorsements important to help such a turnout of events, as per the principal legal officer's grievance. At the hour of the valuations, appraiser David McArdle said in an email that Eric Trump had grandiose thoughts on esteem around One Green specifically, including that its quality and conveniences were obviously better than explicit different properties. McArdle chose a $45 million worth, however, at that point was told by Eric Trump to hold off on sending the evaluation. Later valuations of the fairway, in Trump fiscal reports once in a while beat $100 million, as per the head legal officer. Taking the fifth, one thing to search for, will any of the Trumps summon their fifth correction right against self-implication? On the off chance that they are posed inquiries that could show a purpose to dupe, they would open themselves to possible criminal responsibility, McQuaid said. At one time, the Manhattan head prosecutor's office examined Trump's budget reports as a lawbreaker matter. A stupendous jury ended up prosecuting Trump on different charges, including purpose to disregard crusade finance regulations through the installment of quiet cash. During a statement last year for the common case, Trump conjured the fifth revision in excess of multiple times. Trump later said he did so on the grounds that he and his family have become focuses of James' office. At the point when your family, your organization, and everyone individuals in your circle have turned into the objectives of an unwarranted, politically propelled witch chase upheld by legal advisors, examiners, and the phony news media. You must choose between limited options, Trump said at that point. Ivanka Trump's business, James' office at first remembered Trump's girl for the claim. However, a requests court excused her from the case, deciding that her supposed activities occurred excessively quite a while in the past. Past the legal time limit, Ivanka Trump battled her summon, yet Engoron would not suppress it. He said the previous president's little girl actually has numerous financial matters, some of which are engaged with the ongoing preliminary. Miss Trump has obviously profited herself of the honor of carrying on with work in New York, Engoron said in a decision. What's more, as Trump lobbies for his second term in the White House, Ivanka said before the end of last year she wouldn't partake in her dad's 2024 official mission. Donald Trump Jr. Also, Eric Trump have frequently stood up for their dad's benefit. Trump's town hall technique. Donald Trump, who has held a progression of off-the-cuff news gatherings in the town hall lobby all through the preliminary, has without proof reprimanded the whole procedure as politically roused. He is probably going to take that mentality to the testimony box as spectators watch to check whether he again disregards a gag request denying him from assaults on court staff. Engoron has 2 times found the previous president infringing upon the gag request, fining him a sum of $15,000. The adjudicator has likewise cautioned Trump that further offenses could prompt more serious authorizations, maybe including detainment. In the midst of the clatter, Trump has kept up with that his property valuations are substantial and appropriate. Please subscribe my channel and see more updates. Thank you.